together. Together.
When the world is dark, not a single spark from your point of view. They're gonna break your heart, try to pick apart every piece of you. Don't you let them break you. It breaks what breathing makes you. You let them hear it. Live like a fighter. Your flames are burning higher. Let them hear it. Let them hear it.
is this girl listening to now?
Always one more.
Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing today? Hi, On Fire. Hi, Purple Warlock. Welcome on in. I'm gonna increase the brightness of my screen so that my face is brighter. Yeah, that kind of works. Okay. Hello. Happy Thursday. We are now on the other side of Hump Day, which means that it's Friday Eve, which is great. Not that I've been having like a rough week or anything. My week has been okay. Today was actually really low key. I had one meeting this morning that went like 20 minutes over. It was supposed to be like a 30-minute meeting, ended up being closer to an hour. But it's okay because this is a customer that's constantly mad at us. And they didn't seem so mad today, so I'll take it. But yeah, otherwise I've had a pretty low-key day, so I cannot complain. Went on a coffee date with the hubby. We played a board game there that I'm gonna blink on the title of. It has something to do with spirits and stuff. Yeah, we played 2 rounds of that game, and then like one of the baristas at this place was like, that game looks really cute. So that happens just a lot actually, where people are like interested in the games that we're playing out in public. So I guess we're just giving free advertising to these board games that we play, I guess. Because we were playing Carcassonne last week or the week before in the same coffee shop but different location. And we had like the cashier kept coming up to us and being like, this game looks really cool, like what is it, tell me about it. And then he kept stopping by our table to be like, who's winning, like this looks so awesome. Thank you, Warlock. Spirits of the Wild, I knew it had spirits in it. Yes, that's the game that we were playing today, and the barista there was interested in that game, so yeah. And then everyone who knows me knows that I will always recommend buying the board game Wingspan if you do bird photography, because it's a great reference. Just saying. Excellent reference. I tried to look on Tuesday. I had a poll going to put a vote on Bright's Zoo's Facebook page to name that spotless giraffe. I took a look at Google to see if there was another zoo that needed help naming a baby animal, but I'm not seeing another one out there, so if you know of any, let me know. Hi, Creative Cats. Unfortunately, One Fire Spot was not on the list of options that the zoo had for the spotless giraffe. But if you know of another zoo who also needs help naming an animal, I will gladly make a poll out of that. But for now, I looked up some conservation news, and I have I have a little bit of a pop quiz question for you. It's totally okay if you don't know. This is more to spread awareness on it. But I'm gonna go ahead and start the poll. So it's not really a poll. You're just putting an answer. You're just kind of putting an answer on there, and then I'll let you know if you're right or not. But just very recently, as of yesterday, it was announced that a certain country banned oil drilling in the Amazon, specifically in an area of a national park within that country. If you have a guess, I promise all of those countries on that list have a part of the Amazon forest in it. I did not go tricky on you that way. So those are all viable answers. Just go ahead and put your vote in, and then I will let you know the correct option here in a bit. Was it China? One Fire? Are you just full of sarcasm today? It's all good if you are, because I can throw it right back at you. The cat is like in the window knocking on the glass. I don't know what she sees, but she's definitely like boom, boom on the window. Maybe a bug on the other side. I don't know. But yeah, so part of my refocusing Imbeccable Images to conservation efforts will be trying to raise awareness about things going on around the world. And I'm hoping to share positive conservation news so that this doesn't become like a depressing place to be. But I think this news was pretty awesome. Because, I mean, it's like just a huge win. And if you don't know, the Amazon, the health of the Amazon affects the health of the planet. So to ban oil drilling in part of the Amazon is like a huge win for conservation efforts. Creative Cats, you put in Ecuador, but you really don't know. Noted. Noted, noted, noted. Honestly, my geography knowledge sucks. So, like, I know of 2 countries that the Amazon forest is in, like, touches in, whatever. So those are included on the list. So if you know where I've traveled to, those are on there. Well, one is on there, you know. And then the rest, I kind of had to look up. So, and the answer may or may not be one of those 2 I just referred to, or a different one. But yeah, I just want to see where we're at. Okay, so we have 1 vote Brazil and 1 vote Ecuador. Also, just like saying Ecuador. Anyway, on a totally different part of you can see, look, in the blurred background behind me, you can see her tail. Like whipping back and forth. There's also a dog behind me on this side. Oh, it's gone now, but you could see her tail whipping back and forth before. But we are not going to be talking about the Amazon forest or any countries in South America. Yeah. We are doing a travel review of Amsterdam today, which is in Holland, in Europe. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that while the poll is running in the background. Are you eyeing? Because you can see her little blurred. Oh, Amsterdam, okay. I thought maybe you were getting excited because you could see her like blurred blob running back and forth behind me. But I'm glad you're excited about Amsterdam. I was there back in 2012 at a completely different stage of my life. Let's just say I had a lot of fun. Not that I wouldn't have a lot of fun now, but there may be some parts of this trip that I don't remember all too well. I will put it that way. Okay. But yeah. So keep in mind that this travel review is entirely based off of my personal opinion on these places that I went in Amsterdam. Yeah, just keep that in mind. I feel like I need like a disclaimer. Like if you're, I mean, like I know you guys are on Goonies stream, like how he has that disclaimer before the I descent. I feel like I need one before these travel reviews that are like, just keep in mind that all of these reviews are based solely on the opinion of the streamer and nothing else. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Oh my gosh, you guys, we have a 3-way split vote. Now we have Venezuela, Brazil, and Ecuador now. Who is right? Time will tell. Okay, let me go to sharing. And then get that window set up here. Bam. Alright. So, if you've been here for a while, you may notice that the format of the travel reviews has changed a little bit, or at least the design has. That's on purpose to match the rebrand, so I hope you like it. The picture in the background is actually a picture, not that you can really see it right now, but one that I took in Amsterdam. All of the pictures in this presentation are pictures that I took in Amsterdam, just an FYI. So we'll go ahead and get started. So in case I didn't already say it, guys, this is a travel review of Amsterdam. Welcome. Alright, so just some quick trivia on Amsterdam. Did you know that the city is supported by millions of poles? It's actually below sea level, so they actually need poles to hold up the buildings so that they don't sink further. But fun fact, the buildings sink anyway. It's kind of an issue. Hey, are we doing a travel review of Amsterdam anytime soon? You know, on fire? I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it. Honestly, I just don't know. Sassy. Thank you for the resub on fire. I appreciate it. You've been here the whole time. 5 months. I know. You like subbed like the first day that you could, and I really appreciate you. Speaking of which, there it was. Maybe it's gone now. Shoot, I can share mine on the Green Witch account, and I was gonna, so it would like pair up with yours, but now it's not showing up, but that's okay. But yeah, thank you, On Fire. I really do appreciate it. So if you've ever been to Amsterdam, you'll hear about or see these buildings that are tilting. There's buildings that have been sinking. So they are constantly working on saving this city from fully sinking, which I think is kind of incredible in its own way. But yeah, so you can't really go for a nice swim under the city because there's just a shit ton of poles down there. I had to put the next bullet point because I have driven through Wyoming several times now. And one stat about Wyoming, United States, is that there are more cows than people in Wyoming. So in Amsterdam, there are more bicycles than people. A little different than cows, but I still think it's funny. Because how are there more bicycles than people? Like there must be like a city-run bicycle program, you know, where a bicycle doesn't belong to a single person kind of thing. They're just there, you know, and you pay to use it. Because I'm like, otherwise, like, why are there more bicycles than people? Like, why would that happen? I don't know. And then one thing that I thought was super cool was that Holland was the first country in the entire world to legalize same-sex marriage, and Amsterdam is now home to annual gay pride. It was funny though, because like when I looked at the trivia for it, it said that Amsterdam was the first world capital to do it. So like, yes, that's cool, but I thought it was even cooler that Holland as a whole country was the first one to do it. And then this is just from Google Maps over here of Amsterdam. It's got some landmarks on there. Alright, so remember, all of the ratings are biased. Because they're from my opinion. So overall vibes, I put friendliness. Everybody was extremely nice when I was there. I was able to ask for directions. If I saw a building that I thought looked cool, like I would just kind of like point it out to somebody walking by and be like, hey, what's up with this building? And they would tell me about it if they knew. And like, honestly, I was only met with friendly faces and helpful responses, so I gave their friendliness a 5 out of 5. Alright, so the three-way tie between Venezuela, Brazil, and Ecuador. Creative Cats, you are correct. It is Ecuador. Happy things about Amsterdam, the flower fields, weed cafes, and shrooms. Yeah. I did not do shrooms. No comment on the weed cafes. Yeah. Purple Warlock, you redeemed. You're so shady. Thank you. I know I'm really shady. So you get your choice of the 3 sunglasses that I have. Would you like the purple pear, the colorful pear, or the green pear? And if you don't know, when I'm back in Colorado, I have like a hat redeem where you get to choose a hat from my selection on the wall behind me to wear. But when I'm in Montana, I don't have my hat. So I'm like, well, what can I do instead? The sunglasses. So if you could go ahead and pick a pair purple warlock, I will wear those. The colorful ones, you got it. I might just have to bump my headphones a little bit. Alright. I look super cool now, I know. What's up? Alright, safety. I felt very safe in Amsterdam. You know, I even found myself alone around midnight near the red light district at a bar called Cafe Old Sailor, which is completely Popeye themed, and it was awesome. Never felt like I was in danger. I even got lost, so I got really drunk at Cafe Old Sailor, and tried to walk back to my hotel, and I failed. I ended up like in this place with all these statues and stuff. It was actually kind of creepy, but I thought it was hilarious because inebriation. And this guy who was like one of those bicycle taxis, you know, like they're on a bicycle and they have the little like cart behind them. I don't know like what they're technically called, but he happened to like ride by and was like, "Hey, do you need help? Like, are you lost?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to get to the Holiday Inn." I think it was Holiday Inn, I forget. In Amsterdam. Can you help me out? And he was like, "Yeah, no problem." And I'm like, "Well, how much is it for you to take me to the hotel?" And I forget how much he said, but apparently I was fine with it because I was like, "Yeah." So I got in his little cart on the back of the bike, and he took me back to the hotel. So that happened. Don't recommend necessarily doing that yourself, but I'm just saying I lived. Granted, keep in mind I'm also 5'9" and hard to kidnap, so there's that. The language barrier, as an English-speaking person, there really wasn't a language barrier in Amsterdam. Like, every single person in the city spoke English. During my time in Holland, I did go or stay in a smaller town called Hillegom, and there, like, nobody spoke English. So it really depends on where you go in Holland, but Amsterdam, like, everybody spoke English. It was actually really funny because in the Cafe Old Sailor, the bartender spoke excellent English, like, literally everybody is fluent in it. And he and I were talking about stuff, and he's like, "You know, I feel so stupid." And I'm like, "Why do you feel stupid?" And he was like, "Because I don't know where anything in the United States is." And I was like, "Well, that's fine, because I don't know where anything in Holland is." I'm like, "I know I'm in Amsterdam, but, like, if you gave me a map without labels of anything, I can't point it out, like, where it's at." Now I could, but not at the time. And he was like, "Well, where in the United States are you from?" And at the time, I was from Minnesota, so I told him I'm from Minnesota. And he goes, "Oh, is that, like, in the South?" And I was like, "No, like, quite the opposite. It's in the North." And then he's like, "Oh, by, like, New York." And I was like, "No, like, in the middle." And he's like, "See, I'm just so dumb." And I'm like, "You're not dumb. You just don't know. Like, what's the point of you knowing where Minnesota is? Like, I don't know. You didn't grow up there. I'm not gonna shame somebody for not knowing where all the states are in the USA if you're not, like, from here. I don't know. That's weird." But yeah, so he was just kind of funny. But I did also meet, like, 2 bar stools down from me was another American. And she and I actually became friends, and we're still, like, in touch on social media to this day. She lives in a completely different state, but travel connections. I feel like I babbled for a really long time there. I'm sorry. Alright, up next. Well, so hold on. So overall vibes got a 15 out of 15, okay? The vibe check passed. Alright. Urban exploration. So I actually had to Google, like, what to call this section because I wasn't sure what exactly to call it. So what I mean by urban exploration is like literally just walking around the city and seeing cool historic buildings. That's what I mean. And Google came up with urban exploration when I put that in the search bar. If y'all know a better term for it, let me know. But Amsterdam is full of historical buildings. The city was founded in 1275. However, I know I put on here that just by walking around the city, you can look at the same buildings that have been standing since the 1300s. There's only a few of those. A lot of the buildings are actually built later due to fires that took out old buildings. There was a king at one point who had some buildings destroyed because he didn't like how they looked or they were in his way, like his line of sight when he was in his palace, things like that. So there's very few buildings that are like super old as the city itself. But the oldest building is the old church. The Dutch version of the old church is right there for you. I just don't know how to say it. The old kirk, maybe. Literally translates to the old church. And that's the oldest building in the city, which I unfortunately did not get to see. It was kind of funny when I was going through all of my pictures. I was like, man, I would love to go back now that I know for things to look for when I travel. Because this trip was very much run by another woman that's no longer in my life. And yeah, I think I would just kind of like to go on a trip where I control things. Me and my husband control things. You know. But I gave urban exploration a 10 out of 10, and I have some pictures coming up here of buildings. So this here is the Amsterdam Central Transit Station. So this is like the main train hub. And this building was constructed or erected or whatever in 1889. I think it looks pretty cool. I am not like an architect nerd, so like I have no specific points to call out concerning this building except for it looks cool. It looks nice. I do like the clocks on either side. I'm not 100% sure what times they represent. I'm sure one is Holland, but I'm not sure what the other one is. But yeah, it's a really huge, a really big building. So up next, I try to find some information about more of these buildings, but this is the main dam square, they call it. So originally, this whole area was just like a dam to block water from flooding Amsterdam completely, and then they kept building around it, and it eventually became this like city square. The building on the left-hand side with the tower is actually the Royal Palace of Amsterdam, which was built in 1655. The building right next to it, you can kind of see the steeple coming from it, was built in 1408. So those are two of the older buildings on the square. There used to be other buildings that were older than the Royal Palace and the new church, but those buildings were destroyed by a king who didn't like how they looked. So, yeah. Kind of interesting how history shapes itself that way. But I could not really find information on any of these other buildings there. A lot of these are just shops with like living spaces above them. Drink water. Thank you, Purple Warlock. I'm gonna choke on water. Hold on. I can't function as an adult. Oops. That's a fucking rude king, right? It just goes to show, like, it makes me wonder about buildings that we build today. Is there anybody that's, like, concerned about preserving any of them so that some of them are still standing years from today? Or, like, would we also allow someone to be like, I don't like how that building looks, take it down, bro? I like how I sip on coffee to get the water down. Whew. Alright, I think I'm done dying. Alright. I love these buildings. So in a city that's so full of a lot of textures and a lot of colors, I really liked the break in it with these white buildings. These are known as the White Houses on Beginhof. If y'all speak Dutch, help me out here, okay? Because I don't. But these houses are founded around 1400. We have those historical societies that do that. Yeah, for like older buildings on fire. I mean like if somebody was to design a building and construct it today, like a brand new skyscraper in Denver, I don't know. Or even somebody just building a house somewhere. Okay? Like, 'cause like there are houses that become historical, right? Like the Molly Brown house in Denver. There are houses that all of a sudden find themselves on land that becomes part of a national park, and those become a landmark. How do we predict those things? Like, I guess we can't really. But my point is, like, if somebody were to build a house somewhere, would somebody that came along like 100 years later, after the fact, be like, we're gonna tear down this house because I don't like how it looks and build a new one? Or could they have like the insight or whatever you want to call it to be like, hey, we should save this house because it was like the first house built of this kind in this area for whatever reason? That's kind of what I mean. Like new stuff. New stuff. But yeah, I like these white houses. If I were living in one of these, I would totally want to put shutters on the windows. I'm just saying. Alright, I could not find a specific name for this building. It kind of looks like it's standing on its own on the corner, but it's actually pretty much connected to the buildings next to it. None of them are really connected, but they're all built really close to each other, so there's no going between them at all. But I did find that this building was made in the 1800s. So again, not even an exact year, which also made me wonder when people started etching the year that a building was created into the building itself. Like, when did that habit start? I have no idea. Because clearly that didn't happen back then. Otherwise, we would know exactly how old this building is. I think you can apply for a building to be added as a historic building, but it has to meet certain criteria. Yeah, and probably part of that criteria is for it to be so old, right? Like, I just want to know, like, how... Because, like, that king was probably like, who cares about these buildings? I don't like how they look. Tear them down. And now people today are like, oh, why did the king have to tear down those buildings? If he didn't, we'd have more history of Amsterdam. But at the time, it wasn't a big deal. Like, so I don't know. It's just weird. It's probably just one of those things that you never know until later. That's part of it, but it also has to have some sort of historic significance. Yeah, besides just being old. Right, because otherwise, like, every old house would be part of this society. This one is not an old building, but I just wanted to throw it in here for a variety, because I also just like how it looks. This is the Nemo Science Museum. This one was built in 1923. What you can't see on this picture itself is that on the roof, there's actually gardens and, like, patio areas and stuff, so I thought that was a cool use of this space. All right. Here is a hotel that's probably completely out of my budget, but it looks like I'd like to stay in it. It's called the Amstel Hotel, and that was built in 1867. So if you're catching on here, a lot of the historic buildings that are standing today are from the 1800s. Like I said, there are a few that are older than that, but a lot of them are from the 1800s now. But doesn't it just look fancy? I just want to go stay in there. I bet the beds are comfy. I bet they have huge jacuzzi tubs in each of the rooms. Like, I want to go stay there. At least one night. Just one night. Alright. When I learned about the old church, I was like, oh my god, I might have a picture of it. Because I know I had a picture of this church in my files. But this is not the old church. So this is not the oldest building in Amsterdam. But this is the Basilica of St. Nicholas, which was built in 1887. So again, another building built in the 1800s. If I do go back to Amsterdam one day, I will get a picture of the old church. Just saying. Alright. So up next, I rated the Heineken Experience. So the Heineken Experience is a brewery tour of Heineken in Amsterdam. What is a basilica? Like a church? Hello, Aspen. Did you come down here to murder your stuffed animal? Did you? Is that what you want to do? So the Heineken Experience is just a brewery tour, but from what I understand, I've never been on a different brewery tour, but from what I've been told, this is a pretty fancy brewery tour. I guess they're typically not as involved as these ones are. I'm gonna take the sunglasses off now. I know that feels really bright. So the Heineken Experience, it's still open. You can still go do this. What made it unique, I had a hard time saying what made it unique because, again, this is the only brewery experience that I have. But it was really immersive, which I thought made it fun even for me, and I'm not a beer drinker. But I did give it a 4 out of 5 because they didn't have anything else to drink on the tour except for Heineken and Pepsi. And I'm like, I just want water. And they're like, we don't have water. Hi, Bradley Rose. Welcome on in. So nice to see you. What is that emote? That looks really cute. A wardle? I like it, Bradley. Hi, welcome on in. I'm just doing a travel review of my experience in Amsterdam. It's all completely biased and not really based on anything except for personal opinions, so just keep that in mind. So some things that made the Heineken experience immersive. So I got brewed, quote unquote brewed. Ooh, nice info. I hope so. So myself and the group of people that I was on the tour with, because of course they like group you, with other people. We all had to stand on this platform, and it was like a standing ride, I guess. So like there's a bar that you had to hold on to, and like you'd get stirred, and then like it would heat you up. It didn't really heat you up, like it was red lights, but nothing like was hot about it. And then at one point they like added water, and we all got sprayed by water, like a 4D theater kind of thing, and then we got like shooken up and stuff, and it was really fun. And then there was an area where like it was just like a bar, and there was like different sports things that you could do. Like there was like a soccer ball net, but it was like a bowling alley kind of style. So like you could just keep kicking the soccer ball into the soccer ball net. There was like a batting tee, so you could just hit a baseball over and over again into this net. Like there was a variety of sports things to do. So it was fun. I just was like really freaking thirsty because like they don't let you take drinks in with you, right? So I couldn't take a water bottle. I'm not a huge fan of beer, so I didn't really want to drink the beer. Um, but I just figured I'd be able to get water somewhere, and they're like, no, the two options are Heineken and Pepsi. That could have changed since 2012. I mean, that was 11 years ago, but I was really thirsty. Right. So I do have some pictures from Heineken. So these are their logos through the years. I honestly can't tell you what the logo looks like today, so there could be more added to this now. But back in 2012, these were the logos that were in their box of like Heineken through the years. Wow, only beer or soda. Never heard of that before. Cool. Yeah, I was really surprised. I don't know if it's, maybe. I don't particularly remember if you could drink tap water in Holland, so that might be why. Like, because maybe they couldn't have water on tap. Um, but I remember, like, they didn't even have bottled water when I was there. I hope that has changed by now, but I don't know. But I like looking at this kind of stuff, like visual history of brands and things like that. So I think it's really kind of cool to see these previous logos that Heineken has used. I have a cat playing on the bed behind me now. Pay no attention to the people's faces in this picture. I don't honestly know if I was supposed to take this picture. Doesn't the guy in the middle look like he's gonna call security on me? I think he kind of looks like it. But these are supposed to be like the 4 ingredients of Heineken beer. I am assuming that the first 3 are like really basic beer ingredients that like every beer has. Water, barley, hops. But then you'll see the one on the right is Heineken A yeast. I don't know if there's a B. I just know about the A. New album about to drop. I should make this like a CD cover. It's this kid's face in the lower right corner that cracks me up because like I feel bad because like I must have just lifted my camera and like went click and then lowered it, and I'm sure he just turned at the wrong time, was like, and I caught him at the wrong time. But yeah, the guy in the middle, I don't know if he's holding a phone or if his hand is just like this. I don't know. I should have looked up how old the Heineken building is. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can Google that really quick. How old is the Heineken brewery in Amsterdam? It was built in 1867. Did I travel with others or by myself? So I did fly there with 2 other people, but I ended up doing some activities by myself. This was not one of them. I was with the other people during the Heineken tour. But yeah, I did end up doing some things by myself, like getting lost after midnight while I was really drunk one night, which I talked about a little bit ago, but I don't know if you were here yet. But yeah, so I just took this picture of the stained glass windows of the Heineken building because I like stained glass windows. I think they're pretty. Gotta be one of the cooler breweries in the world, I would think. Been around for so long. I would hope so. I mean, like, from what I hear of other people who have been on brewery tours, like, this was a lot more fun than other ones. Like, I feel like other ones, from what I hear, you pretty much walk in and they're like, yeah, this is our factory, here are the vats, here's, whatever. Have a beer at the end. And we got to see the vats. There'll be a picture coming up here. But then there was also that, like, immersive experience where we got brewed, and then, like, the whole, like, bar area with all the athletic stuff. It was just really cool. I didn't know what else to put here for a title, so I just put taps. These are in the big brewing room with all of the vats. There's just like all these taps. I don't really know what they do though. So if you work at a brewery and let me know. And then here is one of those big copper vats. Bradley, you've been to a distillery and a winery, but you don't think you've hit up a brewery yet? Thanks for reminding me to take care of that. Well, I hope there's a brewery near you to go tour. I've thought about it because Coors Light isn't too far from us. And then there's the Budweiser one that's not too far from us. Then, of course, there's tons of microbreweries in Colorado. I'm just not a beer drinker, so it's like not at the top of my list. But my husband likes beer, so I guess we could do it for him, you know. But this is one of the big copper brewery vats. From what I know, not a lot of breweries use copper anymore. I'm just Googling it really quick. I'm not sure if I'll find it. Because they're silver colored. I just don't know if it's steel or what it is. It's probably steel. I don't know. But a lot of them have switched to that instead of the copper. So, fun fact of the day. Alright, and this is the bar itself. It was star-shaped because Heineken. I did try a beer, as you can see there. It wasn't all the way full. A lot of that was like the foam, like the head or whatever on top. I'm sorry, I just don't like Heineken beer. I don't like beer. It's not Heineken, it's me. It's not Heineken, it's me. That's a beautiful shot. Thank you, Bradley. I appreciate that. But I do like how the bar was star-shaped. There was like one of those flip things for the bartender to get in and out of the bar with. But I mean, he didn't need a lot back there, right? He had bar glasses, whatever you call these kind of glasses. And then he had a tap with Heineken and a tap with Pepsi. Those were the two options. It still cracks me up that I couldn't get water. I actually had gotten a beer bottle with my name on it, because you can get a personalized Heineken bottle as part of the tour. But unfortunately, I don't have that anymore. But I do still have, I had like a bracelet, because like instead of tickets, they give you like a bracelet and it's got like a little button or a couple of buttons on them. And the buttons are for free beers at this bar. So mine still has, I think, 2 buttons on it, because I think they give you 3. And obviously I used one to try it. So I still have that bracelet somewhere. I still have like the brochure that they gave us and stuff. I still have that stuff. I just don't have the personalized bottle anymore. Alright. We also went to a place called Dungeon Amsterdam, or the Amsterdam Dungeon, depending on if you look at their website or Google. But it's the same place. This company also does these dungeon things in other cities. I know there's one in London for sure. But they kind of take, I don't know, it kind of felt haunted house-y, but it wasn't like a haunted house. But you would have characters that would like come out and scare you kind of thing. But they really take like the history of the city, and like they have people dressed up as people from like back when or whatever. And they, you know, they like get you into this immersive experience. And I put like haunted house experience because like some of the characters do pop out and like scare you. Or like there's one that's like gonna kill you. And like so you have to like escape. I mean, it was really cool. They really got you involved. I ended up being like on the jury of somebody's trial, and me being the person that I am, I knew I was supposed to say the person was guilty, and I said not guilty. And then like obviously these cast members have dealt with people like me before, so they pled that I was an insane jury, and then the judge like overrode my decision and counted the person as guilty. Yeah. That sounds hella cool. Kinky? What's kinky, One Fire? Dressing up and... What's kinky, One Fire? I don't kink shame here, but what's kinky, One Fire? But I gave it a 3 out of 5. Just because, like, it was... For the amount of money that it was, I felt like it was very short. Yeah. That was really the main reason. What a rogue. You said dungeon in Amsterdam, and I've seen Eurotrip. Oh. It's not a red light dungeon, One Fire. I did go to the red light district while I was in Amsterdam. It actually wasn't as risque as I thought it would be. So I don't know, because like you see like prostitution portrayed in movies, you know, and women are walking around like scantily clad, you know, whatever, and like seducing men off the streets. This is the red light district in Amsterdam is not like that at all. There are actually, you like window shop the people. I only saw women in the windows. I didn't see any men prostitutes or male prostitutes. I only saw women. And there's literally like windows, and these women are sitting or standing in the windows, but most of them are in lingerie, so they're completely covered, at least, like the biddies are covered. But the one woman who, like, I can picture her in my mind, cause like I just remember being like, "You're cool." She was sitting in a chair. She like had an armchair in the window and was just sitting there in heels and a red bra and panties, reading a book. Just reading a book. She wasn't paying any attention to anybody walking by. She was just reading a book. And I remember being like, "Are you studying? Like, are you just reading for pleasure? Like, I just want to ask you about the book." But like, from what I could see, you would pretty much like tap on the window, and then they would come to the door and you would talk or whatever. And then if there was like an agreement, you'd be able to go into the building. Yeah. But she was just reading a book. And I just, like, I can just, like, she had blonde hair. Like, I can still picture her, like, in my mind's eye. You're not allowed to take pictures of them, obviously. There are actually people that stand outside of the buildings and, like, will call you out if they see your camera up. So I obviously didn't chance it, because why? But yeah, so a lot more civilized than one may think of the red light district being. In her lane, thriving. Exactly, yeah. So I did put on here a rating for water taxis. For some reason, I didn't take any pictures of these water taxis. But there are multiple companies that run these water taxis. They pretty much do like a loop around the city through the canals. It's very relaxing. You just go down, like there's stairs along the canals. You go down these stairs, you're on this little dock. Just get on the boat. And it just takes you around the city. And then you get off forever. But they're like really long boats. They're all really nice. The one that I was on had like leather seats and stuff. Definitely inspired by like the gondolas. But obviously a lot bigger than a gondola. But yeah, it was just really nice. I don't know. So I gave that a 5 out of 5. Okay, I don't know how to say that, but it's a restaurant. There's Lotsia Central. I probably butchered that. It is a restaurant. It's right on a canal. So I like to also rate like where I ate at when I travel. So this restaurant I ate lunch at, I gave it a 3 out of 5, only because their menu was confusing for me. That was it. Their menu was confusing. I ordered something that I thought I would like based on like what I could tell from the menu. Like it was like meatballs is what I thought I was getting. I got raw meat. Like it wasn't a meatball shape, but it was raw, and I could not eat it. Like I tried and I could not eat it. So I gave it a 3 out of 5 just because either I'm stupid and the menu is clear and obvious for everybody else, or the menu is actually confusing. So, unknown. Takes the water taxi to the Loatia Central. I'm just gonna own it and pretend I'm saying it right. The Loatia Central. Go there. Don't order the raw meatballs unless you're into those things. Ooh, one fire, was it the Gahoctus? To Google that. Gahoctus? One fire, Google came up with nothing. Can you try again? Go. That's a close enough pronunciation that I can pronounce. Gahoctus. Are you trying to say a German word? Is it a German word? I'm Googling stuff now, trying to get to what you're trying to say. Yes, it's a German word. Gahoctus? I don't know. And wow, Midwest accent just came out there. I don't see, like, I'm not seeing something in Google to get to what you're... It takes this raw beef chip dip that my grandparents and aunt uncles would eat. Guhak des? I mean, I'll try it. I don't know. Literally, Google was like, "Do you mean guides?" Raw beef chip dip. Hold on. German raw beef chip dip. I'm getting nothing. I don't know. I'm sorry, One Fire, but no, it wasn't. It wasn't like a dip. It was just like literally raw balls of meat with a little toothpick in them with a little flag that said Lotia Central on it. And that's what I got. So there was like, I mean, I'm sure it was seasoned, but like, it wasn't in anything. It was just raw balls of meat. Raw. It was just balls of raw meat. That's probably a better way to put it. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. And then looping back to the beginning of this travel review, I did rate Cafe Old Sailor. I rated it a 5 out of 5. I had a real good time there. It is still open. It's right next to the red light district, by the way. It was completely Popeye themed. I remember eating there. I don't know if they still serve food there, but I definitely ate there or had food delivered there, unsure. But yeah, just had a really good time. Bartender was very friendly. Environment was very friendly. The bathrooms were clean. Because if you know me, I don't use public restrooms unless it's an emergency. And the bathroom was clean. Any sailors I met there? You know, I only met another American woman who was sitting a few bar stools down from me. And she and I are like social media friends still to this day. She lives in the Pacific Northwest, and I don't. So, and then the bartender was really nice. I don't know if he was a sailor, but he was really nice. But yeah. No actual sailors. Darn. But it was funny because when I was trying to find the name of this bar when I was doing this travel review, I searched Popeyes Amsterdam, and there is a coffee bar called Popeyes in Amsterdam, but that's not where I went. So then I was like, Popeye themed bar, and then it gave me this Cafe Old Sailor, and I looked up pictures of it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely the one that I went to. That's the right one. Okay, so overall ratings of my time in Amsterdam. So I gave the overall vibes a 15 out of 15. The urban exploration, aka looking at old buildings, don't know if there's a better term for it than urban exploration, but I gave that a 10 out of 10. The Heineken experience a 4 out of 5 because they did not have water. Hopefully they can offer water nowadays, 11 years later. Dungeon Amsterdam, I gave 3 out of 5 because I just felt like it was really short for the amount of money that you spent to go in there. Water taxis, gave 5 out of 5. I can talk, I promise. And then the 2 restaurants got a 9 out of 10 combined for a 46 out of 50. So I think it got a pretty high rating. And then they just have some other pictures here to show off. Don't mind the typo there. This is a Vinte bug. If you don't know, Vinte is the Dutch version of Volkswagen. Yeah. Fact check it. No, it's just a vintage bug in Amsterdam. The reason that this picture has the bug in color and the rest of it is in black and white is because of my brother. So my brother suffers from PTSD, and his therapist got him to do like this yellow bug exercise for when he's feeling overwhelmed. Whoa, love this pic. Thank you, Bradley. I appreciate that. So to help calm himself when his PTSD was kicking in, it only really worked obviously if he was driving, but he would have to search for yellow cars or yellow bugs in particular. That's kind of hard to do nowadays, but it worked for him back then. So I made this picture. I colored it the way that I did for him. I printed it off and gave it to him as a gift. But I just want to point out in this picture, if you look at the bar going across the bottom of the picture, you can tell that the road is level in the way that I have this picture. The road is level. The buildings are not. The buildings are very much slanted to the right. You can also kind of tell that from the lamppost, but mostly from the buildings in the background. So I just wanted to point that out. Also, I feel like I have something between my teeth. And it's bothering me. I'm like trying to get it. I don't know. But yeah, so that's how slanted some buildings are in Amsterdam. Here, so there's not a lot of vehicle traffic in Amsterdam. For being a world capital and everything, you'd think there'd be a ton. But in the central city area, at least, there's not a lot. People use a lot of public transportation methods, such as the water taxis and the trains. They ride bicycles. Again, remember, there's more bicycles than people in Amsterdam. And a lot of the streets are not made for cars either. There's some loops that kind of go through neighborhoods, but otherwise they pretty much expect you to park your car and get on foot and walk the city. A lot of these streets are just pedestrian streets that go between the buildings, like this one in this picture here. Which I think was really cool, compared to the United States where we drive everywhere. It's just a completely different way of life, I guess. And I kind of wish in the United States, we had cities that were kind of built like this, where you parked and then you walked everywhere else. I think that'd be cool, and it'd be better for the environment too. New York. There's still a lot of streets that you drive on in New York. I just don't want to drive in New York, you know? Here's the first view that I had of Amsterdam. So the flight landed in Amsterdam, but then we went to Hillegom right away, a town outside of Amsterdam. So we stayed the first night or so in Hillegom, and then went into the city for one night. We were in Amsterdam for one night. And this is the view when we arrived in Amsterdam in the evening. The sun was setting, and it was like starting to drizzle, so it created this very purple effect, and I thought it was cool, so I took a picture. And then here is another picture of one of like the walking streets, a pedestrian street. Way less busy than the other picture, but I just love like how it feels. Like it's very like almost cottagey, but like not, obviously, because it's city. But yeah, I just like how it feels. So that's another picture of a pedestrian street. Alright, let me go back. I like flew through that, guys. I must have talked really fast. My bad. So let me close out of that. I will post that presentation in my Discord. I'll actually do that right now, just so I don't forget. So that way, if you want to look back through it, you can. You can just flip through it on your own time if you wish to. I will put it in resources. Travel review of Amsterdam. Voila. Thanks for the review. How often do you travel? Do you have more travels to present a review on? So yes, I do, Bradley. Here, let me put a link in the chat. So there's actually a channel redeem for picking the next travel destination. Let me excuse me. The point redeem, I believe, is called Pick a Destination. It's got a link to the spreadsheet in there. I'll put it in the chat here. Hopefully you can access it. If you can't, let me know. I think I made it public before. So I'll put... Well, here's... No, that's the link to the doc. Let me copy the link to the presentation and drop it in that spreadsheet, maybe. Okay, I'll have to do that later. Says you need access. Okay, thank you, Bradley. 1 second. Let me change the permissions. But in regard to your question of how often we travel, we try to go somewhere twice a year, but keep in mind that's usually someplace like close, like in the United States. My husband and I went to Europe for the first time together in the last few months. We went to Greece, but we've been to the Pacific Northwest together, to the Midwest together. Like, we try to go on adventures often. We are actually on a mission to go to all of the national parks that we can. We've been to, I think, 9 or 10 now. We're going to try to go to Glacier National Park next, as like the next new one. And Bradley, if you could try that link again, I just updated it. It should be anybody with the link now can access it. And hi, Cyronius. How are you? Welcome on in. I just finished a travel review of Amsterdam. Ooh, I'm seeing some animal things up there. An anonymous dolphin and an anonymous llama. So I believe that is you guys. And that is still the dock link. Okay. Works for you now. Okay, cool. So if you do that, I think it's my highest channel point redemption, so I know it might take some people a little bit to get there. But for 5,000 channel points, you can pick the next travel review destination. You're the llama. I just watched, before stream, I just watched Emperor's New Groove. I just want you to, well, listen to, I more so listened to it. So that's really funny. But yeah, so I've been kind of randomly, I've been using the list randomizer on Google to pick the next place to do a travel review of. But if somebody redeems that, they get to choose the next place based on that list. So they pick a place from that list, and that's the next travel review I will do. I don't know which one I will do next, so we will have to see and wait on that. Holy smokes, what a list! Yeah, I've been to a few places, but you'll see most of them, like a really good chunk of them are in Colorado because that's where I'm from. But yeah, enjoy the list. I'm glad you can access it now. Thank you for checking on that for me. I appreciate it. I am going to, I had mentioned last stream that I would like to know what a giraffe astronaut would look like. So we're gonna do that. That's what we're gonna do next. So I should change my stream info. 1 second. We're gonna go to art, I guess. Okay, we're gonna do that. Giraffes in space? What? Okay, let's do... I'm just opening up a blank document in Photoshop, and then I will share my screen. Can you tell that I have a work from home job? And then I will share my screen. Yes, yes. Whew, that was bright. Okay. Let me just pull up that document. Oh, can you guys see my screen? Oh no, not yet. 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. It's coming. Hold on. Just 1 second. Can you see my screen now? Yes. Okay, good. Oh, so sorry. I couldn't find the unmute button. Says every person that really wasn't paying attention in a meeting and quickly had to be like, oh my god, I need to talk right now. Or I just heard my name. Where's that unmute button? Okay. I am just going to do the background and then try to get a space giraffe on here. Did I open? I opened regular Photoshop. Hold on. So sorry. I did not open beta. I don't want you, normal Photoshop. I don't want you anymore. I want beta. It's opening. It's just slow. There. Now you can look at a picture at least instead of my Discord. While this opens. Okay. And then take you over to the proper Photoshop. Okay, so if you haven't been here for an AI collage stream before, y'all get to pick stuff to like put in here, okay? I'm just gonna put the main things that I want in it, and then I'm gonna let y'all do whatever crazy things you want to it. I just want a giraffe astronaut. Okay, so should I do... Ooh, that one? Not that one. Ooh. The first one or the third one, guys, for space, for like the background that we're gonna work with. So if this one or this one, can I just trash that one? Cool. That one or that one? Which one? I'm leaving it up to chat. So somebody's gotta pick. They're both kind of Milky Way-y. One has like a big star over here that's super bright on the side. And then this one doesn't. This one's probably more like realistic. This one? Alright, Creative Cats, you got it. Alright, now I'm wondering what's gonna happen if I put in... Oh my god, what's gonna happen? Giraffe astronaut. I'm a little nervous, because sometimes this Photoshop AI stuff is very questionable. I get a little nervous. I got just an astronaut. Oh no! Well here, let's do giraffe. Just giraffe. Not a giraffe. A giraffe. Oh my god, just generate it. It's fine. I got a full giraffe body or just a floating head. We're gonna do the full giraffe. Oops. That's right, it keeps the background. Why does it do that? Well. Alright. And then we'll do... astronaut helmet. I'm not sure how well this is gonna work, guys. Okay. Alright, that one it actually looks like the giraffe is wearing. So we'll do that one. And then... astronaut suit? Maybe I should put space suit? I don't know. What just happened? I don't like that. Okay, no, we're nothing. Okay, so I don't think I can put a spacesuit on the giraffe. Well, I tried astronaut suit, so let's try spacesuit. No, but it just cuts off the body. Well, the space helmet will have to do. I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, y'all can throw stuff out in chat that you want to add to this. This is our collage. This is not my collage. This is our collage. And it doesn't have to be anything that makes sense in the picture either. It can just be anything. Guess maybe we should have like a rocket ship somewhere. That what the giraffe fell out of? I don't know. I don't know what the giraffe is doing. Okay. That one's better. I think I like that one the best. Alright, anybody want to throw something in here? An astral friend for the giraffe? What kind of friend, Creative Cats? What do you want in here? Another animal? Or like a person astronaut? Can we have fire coming out of the rocket? Fire? Otherwise, what? The rocket's just dead in space? I didn't know that this would like kind of become a thing. Ooh. Okay, that fire's a little more realistic. I wouldn't really look like that out in space, but we're going with it. Purple Warlock, you say an alien. Okay. Let's see here. I feel like we need something here. Alien. I wanted the rocket look like it was like going away from the giraffe. Like, bye giraffe, have a nice time in space. Oh. Okay. It's like a UFO. Okay, I don't know if I like that. Warlock, since it was your suggestion, you can pick one, or I can erase this one and try again, because oftentimes if I put in the prompt again, it comes up with different things. Up to you. Since it's your prompt. And then Creative Cat's another animal astronaut. I think we should have another animal astronaut, but what animal would you like? Because I do think the giraffe needs an animal friend. I don't know if this one is like cut off or if it's like swimming like at you, you know, kind of thing. Like if it's like a frontal swimming image. I don't know. I think that's a UFO, but then it has like this ball thing. This one fire? You said black alien thing, like this one, the squid looking kind of thing? Is that what you mean? And an elephant friend. I like that. It is kind of weird looking. It kind of gives me Darth Vader vibes. This black alien thing. I think that's the one Purple Warlock meant, but I don't know for sure. We'll go to elephant friend. Maybe like right next to... It's gotta be bigger than the giraffe, right? No, they're not taller than giraffes, I guess. They're just like longer than giraffes. Elephant. Yeah, it is? Okay, cool. Ba-ba-doo, ba-ba-doo, ba-doo. Oh, I was hoping it would face the giraffe. But that's okay. Maybe they're going somewhere together. They're both going towards the alien together. Is there an elephant that you prefer, Creative Cats? Or I can try again if you don't like any of these three. We have this one with the trunk up. I mean, granted, I don't know what's going to happen when we put a space helmet on it. There's this one. Pretty standard elephant standing pose, I would think. And then there's this one where we have like a walking movement from the elephant. I will say these AI elephants are not bad. But which one would you prefer, Creative Cat, since this is your prompt? I think that's probably getting too picky with AI. I was about to say, I think one is an Asian elephant and the other two are African, but I guess they're AI, so. Maybe trunk up and it could be like he's reaching for something. Okay. And we're gonna see what a space helmet might. Here, I'll put it not on the trunk. We'll see. Oop. See what it does. Okay. I like how that one like puts it around its ears. What is that? Let's try again. Space helmet? I don't know what it's doing to this poor elephant's face. Okay, maybe I do need to put the trunk in it. Let's see. Oh, what did it do? Oh. The second one's really the only one that doesn't look like it decapitated the elephant in the process. Here, I'm curious. Hold on, I want to try something. Yeah, okay, rasterize. I already converted you to smart object. What are you doing? And then rasterize layer. Oh my god! That was so good! Look, now the now the giraffe face is in the helmet. So let me see if I can do that. Okay, I like that. Let me see if I can. Oops, that's right. Rasterize. Convert to smart object. Rasterize layer. Oh, I don't want to do it to the elephant. Shoot. Hold on. I want to do it to the helmet. Whoa! What did I just do? I think I just zoomed in a lot. Okay. rasterize. Okay. Okay, I think I am gonna try the helmet one more time. Maybe I can do like a bubble. Maybe a bubble? See how that goes. Interesting. That went very literal on bubble. How do I feel about a bubble? Maybe this one? I want to try it. Hold on. Just stop doing it like that. How do we feel about the elephant having a bubble helmet? How do I feel about that? I still feel like I have something in my teeth. I think that's the only way to like really get the trunk in like a I don't know, an air compartment of some kind. I feel like they have to be going somewhere. At least you can see his head. Well, I used the eraser tool and erased some of the opacity of it, so like you could see the faces through the bubble and through the helmet. What else do we want on here? I feel like they need a destination, so I'm just gonna put like a little planet back here. I'm hoping I get some kind of jungly looking one. You love it? You love the bubble helmet? Well, I got Earth. Okay. I guess it can be Earth. That's fine. I like that one the best. What else should we add? I almost feel like the alien needs a face. Can we put a face on it? Am I gonna get something really creepy out of this? Probably. I'm scared. I'm scared, guys. I'm terrified. Okay. One fire, or sorry, not one fire. Purple Warlock, this is your alien. Do you like the face or do you not like the face? I can just delete the face if you want. So strange. I don't know. Delete the face. No face! That is a faceless alien. I feel like we need some bubbles coming off of the bigger bubble, because where did the bigger bubble come from, you know? Did I write singular bubble or did I write plural? Singular. Okay, one second. Seriously, any other random ideas, just throw them in chat and we will add them in here. Bubbles. Okay. It's still a singular bubble. Eh. Thank you for the drink water, Warlock. I was just thinking, what if the... What if they're going to like a meeting in space? Yeah. Going with the big blue one. What can the elephant be wearing? Maybe a skirt? What, do it? You drink water just as you were hitting the command. Oh, we get a full-on person with a skirt on. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna delete that. Let's try... A meteor heading towards Earth? Okay. We're destroying Earth. Got it. Or at least a piece of it. That's why the animals have escaped. You're right. Wow, what are these skirts? That's so messed up. Okay. A meteor. Oh, we have space over here. A little. Okay. Meteor. That looks weird. Maybe that one, Warlock? The third one? I don't know what that is. That looks questionable. And that one also looks weird, but that one just looks questionable. But that one kind of looks meteor-esque. What do you think about that one? Can I cannot. Okay. Retry? Sure. Oop. Meteor. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. They don't really look like meteors. Especially that second one. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Okay, so clearly it doesn't know what we want by meteor, so what would... A comet? A comet, maybe? Asteroid? And you just put in chat, maybe asteroid. I got you. Oh, that looks like a moon. Okay, hold on. I might be able to work with that. 1 second. 1 second. do fire. This did not work. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it look like it's actually like flame. You know, like shoom, towards Earth and not just like floating by Earth. That's a big asteroid though, cause look at the size of that compared to the planet. That's really big. Oh, that's okay, that one's decent. I kinda like that one better. Yeah, we're gonna go with that one. And I guess Earth needs its moon, so we're just gonna put a tiny moon there. The moon's on the other side of the Earth, like, bye bitch. Perfect. Okay. But no, what I was curious about is if we could do... I was wondering if I could move him over. But like... I don't know what that is. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Hold on. Oh, because I have the opacity down. I don't want to erase him though. Just wanted to see if I could move him over. Because then we could put like... podium. Looks good with the fire. Gives it more drama, you know? More drama. Oh, that is not a podium. Why are those so cartoony? That's weird. Let's do it just down here. Could be shorter. He's like floating, right? He's an alien. Wood podium, maybe? Oh, shoot. I did a typo. Podium. So I'm thinking like they escaped Earth. There's an alien here meeting with an elephant and a giraffe to discuss what happens next. Maybe. Not quite what I meant. Photoshop. Is that like another word for podium? I don't know. I don't know if there is. But again, why are they so cartoony? Try that again. Hello, Sequoia. Like, those look more like... Some of these look like trophies to me more than... Podium. Another word for podium. Yeah, none of those are... Oh, a lectern. A lectern. That's a good one. Lectern? Did I spell that right? I might have spelled that wrong. I did spell that wrong. Oh. It's like, we cannot use that word in your prompt, probably because it wasn't a real word. Okay. I don't think I'm really getting what I want out of this. Huh. Can we do like a... red carpet? I still have to figure out how to make the elephant more like businessy, or maybe I'll just remove the tie from the giraffe. I have to put it above the elephant. Red carpet. Let's try that again. That's not red. Okay, that one's kind of getting there. For some reason, I include the giraffe feet kind of looking nice on the carpet. Sure, you know, we're actually gonna go with this one. This one looks kind of space-esque, right? Just gonna try this. One more time. Skirt. Maybe I have to do like tutu. Oh, I don't know what it did to that poor elephant. Oh, that one's not bad. Ooh, we got a black skirt. We're going with it. Alright, the elephant's got a skirt on now. Let's see. Oh my god, I think I finally got this stupid thing that was in my teeth. Yes, I did. I'm just curious. I keep messing with your aliens. Sorry, Purple Warlock. You are back and you have mushroom stuffed quesadillas. Very nice. Would you like to add anything to our alien animal conference? The planet is being destroyed, so the elephant and the giraffe escaped to come up with a plan with this alien on how to save the rest of the animals. Did they craft this to escape their zoo and Earth? Yeah. Totally. A space whale. Alright. It can be up here. What kind of whale? Do you have a specific whale in particular? Actually, I feel like Go back to the main one. We're gonna go behind these guys because I feel like a whale's really big. I want it. There we go. We'll try whale. A humpback whale breaching far from a far back galaxy as if it was water. Okay. Hold on. We will do that then. Let me cancel that. No. Oopsies. Okay, let's see here. I don't want them near the flames of the rocket ship. So here, we're just gonna do this. If you can manage this, I'd be very impressed with your skills. Thank you. Thank you in advance. I have a kitty cat. Hi, kitty cat. What you doing? No, you wanted to come and play with my headphone cord, Yes, you did. Oh, thank you for the kisses. Oh, thank you for the kisses. Go, be free. Like, no, I'm gonna climb onto your desk. Please don't. Okay, there we go. It might not end up being a humpback whale on fire. But I'm kind of determined now. Breaching from a galaxy. It's gotta be breaching. Okay. Take this. Convert to smart object rasterize. And we are going to add that is. What the hell is that? I think like it has issues like if it's a 2-word term. Second rude. Okay, we'll just try to do it my way then. like continues the whale for some reason. Guess we'll try Galaxy again. See what comes up, since that's the word that you used. How interesting. Okay, 1 second. What if I did? Trying solar system now. It's really thinking about that one. Solar panels. Wow. Planets. Just gonna be a string of 3 planets. That's what you're gonna do. What will it do now? Literally stars. Oh. Just popped my back. I have an idea. I have an idea. I'm like leaning way back. Okay. Yes. Warp. Gonna warp up and around. going to... Oops. Do that. We're just gonna do some more. Alright, one fire. How does that look? I'll also do this as pin light. Just add some more water blobs here and there. Kind of like alien-esque. Just like a very small one over here. Oh, it kind of like the splashy one. Okay. I'm liking it, I'm liking it. Okay, we are going to... Let's see here, which one would be better? Maybe this one? Edit. Warp. Okay, that's fine. Let's rasterize it. I want to turn this more. Well, I guess I could have just, hold on. If I put all that effort in. And now warp it. See, that side's closer to us. And then erase that. It's so beautiful. Thanks. I want this kind of underneath it. Let's try splash. Perfect. 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 One fire. What do you think? Okay. Ooh, I like that. I like that one a lot. I think I'll leave that one as normal. Remember. That one. You love it? I'm glad you love it. Are you impressed? I'm kind of impressed, I'm not gonna lie. Are you bopping the window again? What you doing, kitty cat? Yeah, you. What are you doing? She like literally came out from behind the curtain and looked at me when I said that. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed with myself. I'm not gonna lie.
If memories are a movie, Monster Cat Instinct provides
I
the
feel
soundtrack.
like the elephant needs some
Brand new
peanuts.
electronic, dance, house, and melodic music each week to keep the party going. From the festival grounds to unforgettable nights, Instinct is where connections are made.
Or a really
and
big
where
peanut,
inspiration
sure.
strikes.
Why not? This is space. Okay. In which case, you, giraffe, need lettuce. I don't know. What would the alien eat? Ooh, that one looks appetizing. I feel like alien dude, you need like a little tray. I don't know what that is. I don't know what those are. Table. Yeah, can you not catch whatever you're trying to catch? Then she's just going right back to it. Ooh. Okay, I kind of like the little yellow table. Okay. What would an alien have as a snack? Sure. I'm like a hot dog. Is a rocket going into a black hole? Is it smart enough? Is the AI smart enough to do that for me? Let's find out. Oh. Oh. Yes, there we go. Anybody got a suggestion on what an alien would eat? Space chicken nuggets. Alright. Just adding a little goldfish up there, I guess. Okay. Chicken nuggets. Sequoia just came down and bopped me, and now the other two are coming down. What you bopping me for? Okay, they're all lined up. Okay. Do we think... do we think he likes crispy chicken nuggets? Do we think he already ate one, so there's this little gap here? Or do you think he's like a perfectionist alien and like perfectly layered them on this table? Trying to give this alien personality, you know? Wow, Safari browsers are slow. I think we'll go with the perfectionist since it's Warlock's alien. It's my alien. Of course he would have chicken nuggets. Maybe holding on to a bottle of ranch. Why are they birds? Ranch dressing? Is there a bird called Ranch? That's kind of weird. That's not what I want. I don't know how to put this now. Guess ketchup. Just try ketchup. Oh, not a blot. What? Okay, fine, I give up. I don't know what it's doing. I just want to make the alien fancy. I don't like any of those. Okay, we're just gonna leave the alien alone. The alien is perfect as it is, okay. Why aren't you letting me get rid of the top hat? There we go. Oh man. This is really coming together, guys. It's really coming together. I'm trying to think if it's missing anything. I honestly don't know if it is. Oh, see? Now it's gonna let me share it. Voila! A space warlock? Where would a space warlock hang out? Maybe on top of the spaceship? Maybe it'll be a tiny space warlock? Sure. It's the only one that really looks warlocky of those three. That one's got like boobs, and that one's just a head. I'm just curious though, what would have happened if I put him down here? Warlock. I don't know, I kind of like the little warlock on the spaceship. Those just kind of look like action figures. Can he have a little witch by his side? Oh look, they even kind of coordinate. There. And then for S's and G's. Are you climbing my chair? I hear you. Oh my god, that pug looks like it's taking a shit on the rocket ship, so we're gonna keep the little pug. Alright. This is beautiful. I think I'm gonna call it there. So let me save this. Well, I should save it as a Photoshop file first. Space Animal Conference. That's what we're gonna call it. Oh, am I like lagging? I might be lagging. Maybe just while I was saving that. Okay, did that save on my desktop or where did I save that? It did save on my desktop. Okay. Alright. Well, that was certainly interesting. And I will post that on the Discord as well, like I've been posting the last ones. I think I am going to call it there. Per tradition on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to go raid Goonibri. I believe he just started a little bit ago, so he's probably still in Words with Friends. But he will be on his second night of Spirit Fair this evening. So we are going to go raid him and support him in his Spirit Fair journey. But thank you all for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed the travel review of Amsterdam and the crazy space animal conference thing that we just made. I will be streaming this Saturday, 10:30 to 11 a.m. ish will be the start time. Probably 10:30 because I confirmed with Warlock today that he does work. So probably 10:30 because he'll be at work. And I will be finishing that coloring page that we started working on last Saturday. So I'll be working on that. I did get a camera battery charger, so I have all that and that's ready to go. But yeah, thank you all for being here with me today. I hope to see you on Saturday, and see you next time. Alright, bye guys!